When a new project is created, there's a number of different files inside the project and inside the project structure. But the reality is that most of what we do really relates to three file types inside of there. Now, the one you would expect most often, of course, are the Java files, right? That's our source code behind our program. And one of the things that's important to remember is that when you're doing Android development, the actual file structure or file hierarchy is very important, and it follows a fixed set of rules. So all of our source code, of course, goes under our project root, and then there'll be a src folder underneath of there. Now, the structure of the folder below the src ties to our package name. So when we think about our package name, remember that it started out with com. So under our src folder, there'll be a com folder. Then our package had a Pluralsight in it. So under the com folder, there's a Pluralsight folder. And then we put in a .demo app, the name of our application. So there's a demo app folder. So all of our source files in general will go into that demo app folder. And this isn't just a kind of common practice. This is required. Java ties package structure and very closely to the folder structure. It's not like .NET where namespaces and assembly names are kind of they can match up or not match up. It's up to you. In terms of working in Java, and since Android works on Java, we have to follow that. This hierarchy and the package naming ties together very closely. As we work with our applications on .NET of course has resource files. But many people go a long time working in .NET and never really touch resource files. In the case of Android, that's not true. Resource files are central to what we do. We do a great deal of work inside of resource files. So just like the source code had a standard structure, the resources also have a standard folder structure. So our resource files go into an RES folder under the project root, and there'll be different types of subfolders under there. And the subfolders tie to the kind of resources they are. And we're going to talk a whole lot about the different types of resources as we go through this series. The main thing to understand here is that there are different types of resources. Some of them might tie to UI layout. Some of them is tied to the menus. And in cases like that, there'll be XML files inside of those folders that identify information about menu structure or layout appearance. But there are also resources that tie to kind of the more common idea of resources, which are kind of non-executable files. Things like image files or animation information and so forth. Resources also have, or I should say Android also has those kind of resources. So we'll have actual media types inside of our resource folder as well. The last file we tend to deal with is also probably one of the most important, which is the Android manifest. The Android manifest is an XML file that contains identifying information about the app. It's everything from the privileges that you want to use to what SDKs you support to what object your application exposes. It's a really critical file. Now, this guy occurs directly in the project root, and we'll see as we go through working with our applications that a great deal of what we do affects the Android manifest. The bottom line is that this Android manifest is how your application summarizes to the Android environment the kind of things you would like to do and the types of features you expose.